Here's something I was going to show last week, but I didn't because of Tisha B'Av and all the other things that are going on. But if you notice in the last week's Torah portion, there's a heavy influence of Gerim and so Noahides and full converts to Judaism. The best of the nations of the world, the best of the Gentiles, are represented here. And I'm going to prove that, or at least try to prove that, these three nations were saved because they understood that Gerim would come from them, that the righteous of the nations or full converts would come from these people, and some of the best ever would come from these three groups. And who are they? It says in the Torah portion, do not harass or provoke the Moabites. Don't attack or provoke Esav, who is Edom. And in the same portion, do not attack the Ammonites. Why? Why Moab, Ammon, and Edom, who is Esav? Why these three nations? I've explained in the past that they are the best of the nations. They are in fact tied to these guys in Genesis 15, who you should be very familiar with by now, the Cainites, the Kenizzites, and the Cabanites. According to most authorities, they are identical. We know that Jethro is heavily connected to these as well. So there's a strong connection between the Moabites, because the convert Ruth came from Moab. Esav, Jethro came from Esav, Edom. And he's also from the Ammonites as well. And then there's another Ammonite woman who was a ger, very important as well, named Naamah. And like I said, they're all these three. And actually, you can see that there's 10 nations here in Genesis 15. And they put these top three on the Kabbalistic tree of life. They would be arranged on the very top. So I'm going to show that actually it goes even further, and that Rabbi Akiva is represented in this Torah portion. He's hidden very cleverly. Now, we're saying here the Cainites, Kenizzites, and Cadmonites, that these are all connected to these three nations. Rabbi Akiva comes from Cain. The Cain soul roots of the great halakhic authorities. This is from Gate of Reincarnations, very famous Kabbalistic text. And you can see here, Rabbi Akiva ben Yosef. So he is from Cain. So let's remember that. And it says here, just in case anybody wants to argue that with what I'm going to show later, according to the Ramchal from this same text, Rabbi Akiva's name is spelled with a hey at the end and not with an aleph as you normally see. It's actually should be a hey on the end, and I agree with that as well. So this, I'm just pointing out here that Ben Ami is the original name of the Ammonites. So anytime you see Ami, it's kind of like a hint of the Ammonites as well, because they come from Lot. Lot, who was related to Abraham. So this is the verse in question. But you did not encroach upon the land of the Ammonites. This is the one where you can find Rabbi Akiva, who we're saying is connected to the Cainite, who is the Ammonite. And I'll show it to you right here. You can find Akiva's name, Rabbi Akiva's name, in an equidistant letter skip code, so an ELS code, right here. So you take here, count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Every sixth letter comes out to Rabbi Akiva, and it's perfect because you see here Bnei Ammon, who is the Ammonites, and we know he came from them or is connected to them, and it's perfect because Ammon and Akiva both start with the letter ayin here, and it's just perfectly lined up with what you would hope to see, actually. We know Rabbi Akiva came from Ammon, and it's just perfectly laid out that way. Now, it's very interesting because we know that Jethro also comes from Cain. When check this out, from the Gate of Reincarnation still, Rabbi Akiva's name, where we said his name is spelled with an hey at the end and not an aleph. Check out who shows up in this source about Rabbi Akiva being from Cain. Jethro. Imagine that, both from Ammon. And it says here, regarding Heber the Canaanite, my teacher taught me that this is the secret of the verse in Judges 4:11, and Heber the Canaanite separated from Cain. For Jethro was from the root of Cain, so was Rabbi Akiva, and Heber was from the grandsons of Jethro, and so from Cain as well. Thus he was called Heber the Canaanite. Cain was a mixture of good and evil, and Jethro refined the food from the waste and separated the good from evil. The bad remained with the klipot, while Jethro took the good. Therefore it says he separated from Cain. Now check this out. We know that Rabbi Akiva either was a convert, perhaps a ger, or his parents, he was the son of converts, which opens up the question, well, when was he conceived or born? Was it before or after his parents' conversion? Either way, they're both connected to this word ger. So check this out. When you look up Cain, it says something very interesting in this source. Let's check this out quickly. So we see here the Cain root is especially attached to the surrounding light. Moreover, Cain is a wanderer or sojourner. What's the word for that? Ger, which can also mean convert. Ger is also used in the sense of a sojourner. He so is a foremost Cain character. So here we have Cain, who it says is a ger. We know that Jethro was a ger, and Akiva is also connected to this word ger or sojourner. And you just happen to find them all in one source, and then, of course, Rabbi Akiva's name hidden among the children of Ammon. Perfect. It couldn't have come out any better. In the next video, I'll show you that you can actually find Rabbi Akiva and Yitro in Bible codes in the exact same verse.